This question belongs to operating system subject and was asked in GATE CSE 1989. So the question states, match the pairs in the following questions. So we have been given two lists, list 1 and list 2. List 1 has items virtual memory, shared memory, look ahead buffer and look aside buffer. And list 2 has items temporal locality, spatial locality, address translation and mutual exclusion. So let us map one by one. Virtual memory. So what is a virtual memory? Virtual memory is basically a logical concept. What it says is that virtual memory allows processes larger than physical memory. So we have physical memory RAM. Let us suppose we have 4 GB RAM. But nowadays we can see we even have hundreds of GBs of game. So does it mean that we can't run these games on our system? No, it doesn't mean. Does it mean we need 100 GB of RAM? No, it is not like that. So we divide the page into process into various frames and load each frame into a page of a RAM. So virtual memory allows processes larger than physical memory by breaking them into chunks and instructions which are closed from these chunks. Spatial localities, if we use something in memory, you will probably need the thing closer by this. So let us suppose we break it over here and we bring this page over here. Then the some parts of it which are close to it are also brought. This is called spatial locality. So virtual memory can be mapped to spatial locality. And also virtual memory can also be mapped to address translation, because if we have virtual memory then basically we will be given a logical address, so we need to convert, do the address translation. No, we need to convert. CPU always generate logical address, so we need to convert this logical address to physical address. It will have page number and frame number, and page number frame number should be converted to the actual page number and frame number of this process, which is basically called the address translation. So address translation can also come here, over here. So virtual memory can be mapped to cube or as well as R. Now let us see shared memory. What is a shared memory? Shared memory concept is related to the critical section. So what it says is that, let us suppose we have two codes P1 and P2. What P1 does is that P1 reads a, P1 increments a, and P1 writes a. And what P2 does is that P2 reads a, P2 decrements a, let us suppose, and P2 writes a. And let us suppose A is shared and having a value 10. Now if they are executed one after the another, which means P1 followed by P2 or P2 followed by P1. So P1 will read 10, increment it to 11 in its local memory and then write 11 over here. It will write over here 11. Then P2 will come and read A to be 11, decrement 11 to 10, then write 10 over here. So the final output would be 10. But let us suppose we are having concurrent execution, as we generally prefer concurrent executions. So what happens in case of concurrent execution? We will have A equals to 10. Let us suppose P1 comes and reads A to be 10. Then simultaneously it gets preempted and P2 comes and reads A to be 10. Then P2 decrements A and makes 9. Then P2 writes A and writes 9 over here. Then P1 comes and increments A. Then P1 has stored 10 in its local memory, so it will increment 10 to 11. Then it writes 11 over here. So what's the final output? If we are having P1 concurrent to P2, then output will be 11. There are other outputs also possible, but we can easily see that there is inconsistency in data. So this inconsistency is basically removed by concurrency control protocols like semaphores, lock variable, turn variable. But the main thing is, whenever we are having a variable in a shared memory, then we need mutual exclusion, which means only one process should be able to access that location at a particular point of time. Thus, shared memory can be easily mapped to mutual exclusion, because mutual exclusion is used to prevent the race condition when we are accessing the shared memory. Now let us see the other two concepts. So the third concept is of look ahead buffer. So what is a look ahead buffer? Look ahead buffer works something like this. Let us suppose as we know, CPU always generates a logical address. Okay, so let us see. CPU will always generate a logical address, but what happens is that some pages, let us suppose these are some pages. So what look ahead buffer does is that some of the pages which are nearby or ahead are also loaded in the buffer, hoping they will be accessed in the future. So let us suppose this page is being referred, but along with this we may load this page also and this page also in some disk with the hope that it may be referred in the future. And this is called spatial locality. So look ahead buffer is related to spatial locality, which is R. Now let us see the next one, look aside buffer. So what is a look aside buffer? Look, or we can also call it as TLB. It's a hardware data structure that we have learned, or we can call it as look aside buffer. So what is a TLB help is, let us suppose CPU always generates logical address. A logical address is page number and page offset. And we have this process divided into pages, main memory divided into frames, and then we have various levels of page tables. We have various levels of page tables. So what happens is that we will search in the outer page table, then in the corresponding inner page table, then in the innermost page table, and then we will get the corresponding data from the main memory. But instead of doing through all these memory accesses, we maintain a hardware data structure which is called TLB. We just have this, and when we get an entry, we just update it in the TLB with the hope that it will be used in the future. And whenever we are converting logical address to physical address, we will first check the TLB entry. If it is present in the TLB, we will directly access the data, and if it is not present, then it will be a TLB miss, and then we will again go through this page table routine. So because TLB help to make the translation from virtual address to physical address faster, we keep the page addresses or the frame address pair, hoping that it will be again needed in the near future. And what is temporal locality? Temporal locality is if we use something now, you will probably need it soon. Thus, TLB is basically related to temporal locality. As we have stored the page frame number over here with the hope that we will be needing the same page in the near future. So, look aside buffer can be related to temporal locality. What other thing can it be related to? It can also be related to address translation, as here address translation is happening from logical address to physical address. Thus, it can also be mapped to address translation, which is R. Now we will remove the disk parentheses. Like this one is for sure S. It can be mapped only to one. Look ahead buffer can only be mapped to Q. Now A can be mapped to Q and R, but Q is already present, so A will be mapped to R, and B will be mapped can be mapped to P or R, but R is used, so it will be mapped to P. So the correct mapping is RSQP. Virtual memory is mapped to address translation. Shared memory is mapped to mutual exclusion. Look ahead buffer is mapped to spatial locality, and look aside buffer is mapped to temporal locality.